Buck is eating. And this is his first full year as a number one option. Jaylen Brown, first year as a 1B. Like, when you have skill, you have skill. It's about the eye test. Don't just look at numbers. Oh my God. That's why I said his numbers were an illusion. It was smoke and mirrors. It was pump fake. It was a dumb take to say Pascal is better. Like, bro, I'm trying to tell y'all, man. Like, bro, like, obviously, if some of y'all, I know he's rubbing it in. Like, y'all gotta understand, like, what Pascal's doing right now. Like, even with that, and people want to say he played good, he had 22. Like, that's cap. Though he got all those bunnies off rebounds and was playing because he was playing center in the fourth quarter when it was a blowout. Like, don't mention those numbers to me. Like, just don't read overall stats. Look at what I'm showing you in the footage. I showed you his makes and I showed you his misses. Who looks like that as a number one option? Who looks like this? This man looks defeated, depleted. Palms are sweaty. This is what happens when defenses are on you now after you got exposed in the bubble. And it wasn't because it was the bubble. No. The bubble, he wasn't the same. No, he wasn't the same because it was playoffs. The playoffs just happened to be in the bubble. That's why I try to tell y'all, even in big games during the regular season, last year when he was supposedly eating, even in those big games, he struggled when there was a defender with length on him and defenses actually focused on him. He doesn't have ability that much to basically kill even with the best defender on him. When he gets it in the paint, sometimes they trap it to him, then he has to pass. Like, other guys get double teamed all the time. It don't mean nothing. Split. Like, we're not just, y'all really think like smart basketball is because you get doubled, you pass every time? Obviously, sometimes if they double you recklessly and a guy's wide open, right, and you skip it or whatever the case is. But if the game plan is to double you and every single time you do is just pass, that's the game plan. That's what you're doing, what they want you to do. They're doubling you because they say we can't guard you. So if you're just going to pass every single time, you're just canceling your whole self and you're fitting into their game plan. That's why you have the Kyries, you have these guys splits or shoot over the double. It don't matter. And then it's like, God damn, you can't do nothing. And then now when you want a double kick, that guy scores. You don't just pass every single double or else everyone will just get doubled every time. Role players are role players for a reason. I'd rather him shoot 18 shots and this guy shoot 18 or 20. That's just the game. That's just like, bruh. That's even a different point. I digress. But the point is, what I'm saying to y'all is that Pascal was never this guy that y'all thought he was. I've been saying it from time. And obviously, I'm going to have to keep repeating it because this is what we're seeing and this is what we're witnessing before our eyes. A man as a number one option is averaging 17 points with that bullshit 22. The fact that he got that 22, that was his season high. How is your season high as a number one option 22 points when VanVleet is averaging 21, 22, whatever he is, 23 now because he dropped 30 something? Your season high as a number one option is 22. Are y'all just like, I want y'all to do yourself a favor. I'm not even going to do it for y'all. I want y'all to go through the work yourself and go through research so you can see that I have to do this research myself. And look how this guy is just, making me do this. And y'all, when you do the work yourself, you appreciate the stat you see more yourself. You know what I'm saying? Let me just show it for you. I'm not doing it this time. I'm not bailing you guys out. No. Do the work because y'all thought this guy was it. Go and look at every number one option for every team and go see what they doing. Julius Randle, what is he, 22, 23 points? Luka, we already know. Steph, we already know. Even Devin Booker's averaging 21 because he's sacrificing and he's chilling. I thought he'll be snapping, which it will come later. But he's even chilling because the bench, everyone's playing hella nice. Chris Paul's playmaking. He's chilling. And he's averaging, even him chilling is averaging 21. Even him chilling. And there's a guy who's not chilling, taking all kinds of shots, averaging 17. We'll go LeBron, number one, or AD, number one option. You already know what they doing. Even Tyler Hero is average, like not even a number one option. He's averaging. You know what I'm saying? Dragic, whoever the case is. Bam. Like, are y'all serious? Only big men might average like 18, 17 as a number one option because, you know what I mean? They don't just be getting it OD like that. Like Sabonis or something like that. But a wing player or a point guard averaging 17 as a number one option? As a number one option. Zach LaVine. Oh, Zach LaVine's not nice. And look what he doing. Look what he doing. Because y'all just only look at analytics and don't have no eye test. Just look at numbers, and don't look at ability. Go look at all these number one options for all 30 teams and look what they doing. Go look. Go look at the number one option wing player, not the big wing player, and go look if their average is 17. I promise you. Colin Sexton is eating what Pascal is doing. Like, are yo, like, bro, he needs time. If you have ability, you don't need time. You've been waiting for that time. This time is your time. He needs time as a number one. Like, even Giannis, who has no ability like that, will always be eating because the stuff he does is so unguardable that now in the playoffs, when you force him to do that unguardable thing, that's where the struggle is. Pascal's even struggling in his supposedly unguardable thing. Because he's never been unguardable with anything. His spins, he could even miss. His go-tos could even miss. They're 50-50. It's not like it's guaranteed. Giannis spins, that's guaranteed. Free throw. You better foul him. His Euros, guaranteed. Like his paint dominance is guaranteed. Like, bruh, it's just, man, you know. Obviously, like, it's sad because as someone who loves basketball, you don't want to see this happen to anybody. You don't. But as someone who loves basketball, the fans need to learn their lesson. They need to. You need to, like, stop over boosting stuff that you have. I know that you love your team. I love the team too, but I'm a realist. I love basketball more than I love the team. I will never say something outlandish if I know it's cap. Because I love basketball so much, it's blasphemous to say certain things when you love the sport and to this echelon and you're a purist. You can't bring yourself to say fugazi things because you know it's like someone who studies law or you're in your work or whatever you do. You're not going to do certain things that are against the principle because you love the foundation of that job or that whatever you're doing. So if you are a purist and you love what you're doing, you know what I'm saying, you love the sport, you're never going to say, yo, Pascal's the number one option. When you just look, you know in your heart and with your eyes as a purist, this shit is anus. You're not going to sit there and believe something that's cap. It doesn't work like that. So at the end of the day, yes, I'm a Raptors fan. So a lot of y'all will say, oh, he's a Raptors fan. Look how he's bashing the team. I'm a Raptors fan second. I'm a purist. I'm an NBA purist fan first. This is what elite looks like. No matter if it's not my team, if it is my team, what elite looks like. I like the Blazers, but the fact that Levine got a bucket like that, that's Arsenal. Oh, I appreciate that, even though it results in a loss. It don't matter. Buckets is buckets. Elite, this is what elite looks like, is first. Everything else is second. So understand the game and appreciate the game, that you will never say blasphemous things and you'll find yourself less disappointed and seeing things before it happens because you have a small glimpse of the truth and you won't be disappointed. That's what my purpose here is to do. Enlighten people in that light. Give that IQ in that light, because I'm telling y'all, especially with this media wave, a lot of people just highlights and stats and analytics. And that's where the game, like, you can never decipher the game off of just that. It's so easy to be manipulated just off reading stats. Like just Pascal has showed you. Based off his stats, oh my God, he's improving next year. He's going to jump to almost 30 points per game. He's done it for 3 straight years. Like, that's cap. Context is everything. Ability is everything. Eye test is everything. The stats are supposed to just be a way to confirm what your eyes have told you. And then now the stats are supposed to be like, okay, like a footnote. The stats are supposed to be something like, you know what I'm saying? Like a citation. That's what the stats are supposed to be like. You know what it is. You know the quote. You know what's going on here. Now, you just hear as evidence. This is what the stat is for. You don't go to the stat as a way to learn. You don't go to the stat to give you IQ. No, we don't do that out here. That's cap. That's not what elite looks like. And that's why a lot of y'all don't know basketball. You know stats. You can read it off the back of your hand. It's like learning it. It's like going to class. You know what I'm saying? If you don't know the actual material and you just remember the answer or memorize, at some point when they throw you a random question, do you really know this, right? Do you really know this material? Are you really going to pass if they just threw random questions all the time? No, you only memorize and you only learn it through the textbook. That's cap. You know what I'm saying? And that's what's going on with a lot of these people with analytics, with stats and all that type of stuff. They just know it off the back of their hand. You know what I'm saying? It's like someone knowing 4 times 4 is this, 16 or whatever. And when you just memorize the timetable or whatever, but now you throw random stuff in there. Do they really know how to do the math? Do they really know how to do it? No, they don't. That's what's going on here. That's what's going on here. So basically, you know what I'm saying? Pascal is unfortunate that is happening to Pascal. And obviously, like, he might eventually get to 20 points, whatever. Like, he's the number one option. He's going to take bare shots. How much more can you miss? You know what I'm saying? You can only go up. But the fact that he already this is a large enough sample size. It's almost 10 games and you're averaging 17. Obviously, in the grand scheme of things, it's not a big amount of games, but there's no, like, this should never happen to you as a number one option. If you're really a number one option, there should be never any point where this is what you're averaging. Like I told you, I mentioned bare number one options. They're struggling in their eyes. Like, they say Luka's struggling to start the season. The man's averaging, 24, 25, like, in his sleep. KD, oh my God, he's not fully there yet. The man's averaging 28 on high efficiency. Like, this is what I'm talking about. Like, obviously, I don't expect Pascal to be of that caliber, but even Tatum, like they say, they're on the same level. Look what Tatum's doing. Look what Jalen is doing. And that's obviously more irrelevant because he's not a number one option. But regardless, you're not even doing what a 1B is doing or a number two option is doing. You're not even doing that. Like, bro, it's unfortunate, man. And then this is why, and Raptors struggles is because a lot of it, that's why I try to tell people all the time, you know what I'm saying? Obviously, this video is getting kind of long, so I'll end it shortly. But like I said, always, when your number one option decreases his level of play, you now expect other people to do more than what they're supposed to do. And that's a recipe and a blueprint for disaster. That is not something that's sustainable. A role player is supposed to be not relied upon every single game to do X, Y, and Z. That's why they're a role player. Stars are relied upon for a certain amount of production always. Role players, maybe some role players at home, you play well on the road. Like, it's iffy. That's why you have multiple role players. And then if this role player was doing good this game, then a next role player steps up the next game. A next role player steps up the next game. That's why you're surrounded by role players, because they're not always relied on to do hella production every single game. They're a role player. That's why they're a role player. That's why there's levels to this. Stars and superstars, you know what I'm saying? And those really good guys who are they're hybrid superstars, guys who maybe could be a superstar on a different situation, but in this situation, they're just solid above average role players. Those guys maybe you're relied upon for production. But other than that, you can't be complaining that, oh my God, what's Stanley Johnson doing? Oh my God, what's Malachi doing? Oh my God, what's Len doing? Obviously we get it. They're not doing that great, whatever the case is. But if your number one option actually did his 24 points per game, they would be winning some of those games that they lost, because that's 7+ points. And some games even had 10. Like that's even out of context. That's his average. There's some games he's had 10. Like he had 10 that one game. So you're missing 14 whole points. Did they lose by 14? No. And that's just average 24. When you average 24, it means you have bare games or you have 30. Some games where you have 20. So the average will be, 20. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, that's how it goes. So it's not like that's 20 points you're missing from your number one option that you now have to get from other players, especially now when you lose Ibaka and you lose Gasol. And that's just offense-wise. We're not even going to talk about Ibaka and Gasol's defense that they bring. And y'all thought Baines and Len was going to replace that? Boucher's playing fine. He's trying to play that Ibaka role. He's trying to upgrade. But this is why I said before, if you go after Christian Wood and you sacrifice that whole summer, you know what I'm saying? You at least will be in a play to maybe make a trade or do something. Like, there's always ways to go around. You don't have to get guys through free agency. If anything, I'd rather you get guys through trade and you just sign guys and stack up your roster and then trade and make moves. Raptors are never going to get someone elite like that through signing. It doesn't work. That has never happened. The Kawhi, all those guys you've got has been always through trades. And now watch this. I'm telling y'all, they're going to sign back DeRozan. I'm telling y'all, that's what they're going to do. And, some of y'all will be happy and whatever the case is, and we'll see how that goes. Maybe DeRozan is a better version of himself later down the road and gets a second stint. I'm like 95% sure that that's going to happen. But we'll see it when it comes through, you know what I'm saying? Obviously, but at the end of the day, this is not what elite looks like, but Tatum is what elite looks like. You better rate him. I hope y'all change your mind and understand ability and arsenal. This is a lesson. This Pascal situation has been a lesson for a lot of y'all. I know it. I know a lot of y'all, because a lot of y'all have been silent. A lot of y'all been silent. A lot of y'all been, because y'all were in your feelings before and about this whole Pascal. No. Some of y'all still have hope. Some of y'all still believe. And when he gets one game that is good, y'all are going to go back on the spicy P. And then, this is not it. He's not like, how much better can he get, really? Like, he's so affected that he's mentally like frail. He already was mentally frail, but like when someone's mentally frail is already now more mentally frail, it's hard to get out of that mentally frail status. Like his fatigue, like his energy bar with his mental game is low. It's blinking. He needs mental Gatorade or whatever. That's what he needs. You know what I'm saying? So like you're gonna see him miss easy bunnies. You're gonna see him miss easy things because he's mentally when he's playing, like, and every hooper has gone through this before. When you're playing, you're in a mental funk that it's not even about the defense. It's not even about things. Like easy things you're even missing because you now get to a point where you're overthinking so much. You want to do good so bad that you're just overthinking that now, you know what I'm saying? You're in one of those funks where that is like, you don't even shoot your shot properly. It's like you're not even playing. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of like you're just out there. You're just out there and you can't even remember like yourself focusing on the rim and going for it. Like you're not in that focused body. You're just a mentally frail body. You know what I'm saying? And that's happened it happens to a lot of hoopers especially when they're in a bad situation and then they feel like I should stop regardless, but they're in a terrible situation. I don't cater to them, that now they're affected with a lot of things. Sometimes outside things are affecting them. Like this happens to hoopers a lot of the times, but the number one options even happens to them too. But normally those number one options go through this moment for like maybe 2 games because they're that elite. 2 games, 3 games, you know what I mean? Maybe a week. You know what I'm saying? Not a plethora. You know what I'm saying? And it's mainly because of, maybe something happened at home or, that's just, but Pascal's not because of that. It's literally because of this media and everything that he's getting bashed. Like you could see it in his face. Like you saw when I zoomed in, you could see it on his face. Like he looked like he's scared. That's what everyone's saying. He looks fearful out there. And that's someone who they're not a number one option. So they're in a fugazi situation that they don't like or that they're not ready for. And they're forced to be ready for it, and the media is bashing them, and like you could just see it in his eyes. It's like, that's how it goes. And obviously, I feel for Pascal as a human. You know what I'm saying? Obviously, you feel for him as a human because you never want to see someone go through it like that. But the fans, it's all on the fans, all on you guys, because y'all put him in this position. When he was snapping and doing good, y'all boosted it like he's that guy. When y'all should have just calmed down and relaxed and said, guys, just relax. We still have playoffs to go through. He's doing good right now. Keep it up. Like that's how, that's how you're supposed to move. But Raptors fans always overboost everything. Baines, my God, Baines. Like y'all overboost everything. Y'all find a way to just this hope and belief in this faith. You overboost everything. Y'all are biased to the max, you know what I'm saying? And other fan bases are like that, but not to this extent. Like they'll roast their player and say, nah, that shit ain't shit. Even if a nigga stamina be like, man, he's not even that nice, man. They'll tell you that. They'll be honest. But Raptors fans will never do that. They boost everything. They thought Malachi was going to be the savior. Like, bruh, they boost everything. And I would say Malachi is nice, but I already know it's going to be years. I don't expect him to do it like in the first year and save the team when Ibaka and Gasol leave. Like, come on now, man. Like, anyways, you already know it's True Talks, because True Talks. Share, like, and subscribe. We out here. There's no doubt here. There's no drought here. You feel me? You already know that at the end of the day, like I said, Tatum, I hope y'all are like, he's been on the scene, but I hope y'all are like understanding that he's different. And if Pascal was different like that, Raptors would be having like, they'll be solid, because even though Baines and them aren't doing a 1-2, like aren't doing what Gasol and them are doing, the only reason it's affecting is that most other guys like Pascal, that's like a number one option, that their 2 best centers or their 2 main centers leave. They know that they have to rise their level of play. But the fact that Pascal is not even doing or not even matching his level of play that he did, and he's decreased, this is literally the sole reason for the loss. And y'all are, oh my God, it's not him. You're going to point fingers to other things. Like those other things they're only highlighted and magnified because Pascal is already dropped off severely. Like severely. Like for you to drop your average from 23 points per game to 17, and it's only 17 because of that one game, it was 16 before that. You're dropping 7 points off. Do you know how big that is on averages? Even 2 points off is a big difference. 7 points on average. That's like what? In the grand scheme of total points, that's like maybe like 200 to 300 total actual points drop off. Like that's hella. So like it's not no game, man. It's not no joke. So, and my math is probably even off on that because that's just me just going off the dome. You know what I'm saying? If I actually went and did it, it probably might even be more. You know what I'm saying? So we'll see, man. We'll see. Obviously, we'll see if he can turn it around and stuff like that. But I don't expect too much difference. I think that this is just how it's gonna be. I even gave the Raptors the benefit of the doubt because I honestly, in my heart, was gonna say, like, when Kawhi left, this is the kind of team we expected. But Pascal did do good in the first number one option role. But remember, Ibaka and Gasol were there. So when he didn't do good at games, they took over, like, in terms of picking. They could actually go to a play. Like, now they can't go to any pick and pop play. Like, that's one of their main plays. When Pascal is not doing whatever he's doing and stuff is going rough, pick and pop real quick, pick and slip real quick. That's what they'll do. And then off of that, you'll get a lot of offense. Remember, Gasol could pass. Or Gasol can defend. Ibaka can defend at the rim. Transition. Now Pascal eats. Like, all of these things feed into Pascal and feed into the team. So now when that's gone and you're not having lock up in the paint, man, that's buckets. Or that's barely missed and it's tip, and then offensive rebounds. Like, a lot of these stuff are happening. So, you know what I'm saying? And Pascal's dropped off. It's like, it's affecting everything. So now when you remove the Ibaka Gasol effect and you remove Pascal getting exposed, it's just, like I said, this is literally the recipe. That's why they're looking like a lot of rebound type of team. Like, the Knicks have more wins. Like, this is atrocious, man. It's actually bad. It's more bad than what people think. And honestly, this is a trend that I don't think is going to change very, very soon. Obviously, them losing like this might not be sustainable. They might start winning a 1-2 and maybe, like, imagine they get 8th seed, like, or don't even make the playoffs. Can you just think to yourselves, what team has dropped off like this just because Kawhi left and then Ibaka and them leave? Like, it shouldn't even matter that Ibaka and Gasol leave like that if your number one option is really that guy. You'd be like, oh, they left, say less. I'm averaging 30 now. Oh my goodness. Anyways, you already know it's True Talks. It's True Talk. Share, like, and subscribe. We out here. There's no doubt here. There's no draw here. You feel me? I appreciate y'all. I know that obviously when the holidays happen, the every game breakdown that some of y'all were obviously anticipating and expecting didn't happen. You know what I'm saying? Obviously, you know, it was holidays and that type of stuff. And, you know, just needed some time to, you know, get everything acclimated. But now we back. We full groove. We back grooving. My goodness. I can't even speak properly because Pascal's affecting me. You see what he's doing? He's even sussing my production. You know what I'm saying? Like, a part of it too is like, I'm watching like bro, like, you understand. You guys think it's ass watching the Raptors play. Imagine putting in time doing videos on this ugly ass basketball. Like, I'm have to rewind, like, stop. I'm cutting up videos on this ugliness. Like, do you think I'm going to be motivated to do this shit on this fugaziness? My eyes hurt. My goodness, yo, bruh. Anyways, like I said, you already know. Share, like, and subscribe. Tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend. We out here, you feel me? Bruh. They play the Suns tonight, and you already know how the Suns move. You already know how they move. You already know, and I called that one from time. Your boy, I'm always on cue. That's what the Don do. You feel me? Anyways, you already know. We'll see how they move tonight, man. When this video comes out, they might already just be playing. We don't know. But you will facing the Suns. We'll see. And I'll be doing a breakdown on that, obviously. You feel me? And I'm out, man. Bruh. This is ugly.